I'm very blessed to be surrounded by a number of guys and mentors that were already best-selling authors when I sat down to write my book. So I kind of had a little bit of a blueprint to the process. And it's actually something that we teach within our Apex coaching program, right? Like, hey, if you want to become the authority in your space, in your industry, part of that is writing this best-selling book and doing a couple different pieces. So we actually coach people on how to do that now. But for me, the whole idea was where am I at now, right? And what I would consider to be like the peak of my existence, the happiest, the healthiest, the most money, good relationships. Like this is quote, like best days of my life, right? Where am I now and how did I get here? How do I reverse engineer the things that happened and what were those major events that led me to the lessons that I learned, right? What experience did I have and what lesson can I extract from it to use to educate and entertain the audience? Sometimes it's a funny story about things that I went through and dealt with, and sometimes it's more serious, like, yo, this was a pretty shitty thing that happened and here's how I had to get over it. And here's the lesson that I was able to take away from that so that someone who's reading the book can say, hey, I've got a similar thing going on in my life. Here's how I can take that lesson and turn it into my own growth cycle. Because again, it's not always going to be the same. We all live different lives, but we do have similar experiences. And so being able to take the lesson from others and kind of learn from the things that you maybe don't want to do in life, that's a very valuable tool. And so it was all about reverse engineering where I'm at to where I started and what steps went along that path so that it's easier for someone who's going through that starting point to say, okay, if I do this, and this over time, this is what happened for this guy. Maybe it's not exactly what'll happen for me, but at least I know I'm headed in the right direction.